artists, it is that time. It is fall, the season of fall where pumpkins grow. And I have this little choice lesson for you to make your own origami pumpkin. Now, my artists, you don't have to make a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin if you don't want to, but if you would like to draw on your pumpkin and make it into a jack-o'-lantern, that is a-okay. If you want these to be bigger than just this tiny little guy, you can just use bigger paper. So let me show you how we make these today. All right, artists, so we're gonna make these adorable pumpkins. The only thing is sometimes with origami and folding the paper, that can sometimes be a little difficult. So feel free to pause the video whenever you need, just to make sure that you're doing the right fold or if you're unsure about something. All right, let's get started. You will need origami paper. Origami paper is just paper that's a square. Origami paper is usually color on one side and white on the other side. You also need scissors, something to draw with if you're choosing to draw, and a green pipe cleaner. If you don't have origami paper and all you have is a regular piece of printer paper, you can still make origami paper, and I can show you how to do that really quick. You are going to take one corner of your paper and you are going to fold it to line up with the edge of the paper. Also, to make that fabulous point, and I'm going to just bring my finger back and I'll create a fold, and then I can press down fully. Go over that again to make a nice, what we call a crease. I'm then going to take this corner here and I'm going to bring it to the edge over here, the other corner. So it makes a triangle. Bring my finger over and fold down my crease. You'll notice I have this extra paper left over. That is this paper I want to cut off. I'm going to grab my scissors and very carefully along the paper, I'm just going to snip off the excess paper I have here, making sure to take my time. You can use this to make something new or recycle it. When I open this up, I will have a piece of paper that's a perfect square. I have origami paper here today. I have orange because I want my pumpkin to be orange, but if you don't have orange, that's okay. Pumpkins can come in a lot of different colors. It can be whatever you would like it to be. If you want it to be orange, you can always color computer paper orange in. And you can use a bunch of different oranges even, or different colors, because pumpkins realistically aren't just one color if you want it to be realistic. We're going to start on the white side of the paper. That's because we're going to want the orange to be on the outside of our pumpkin. Artists, again, before I start, if you have to pause the video, feel free to. You're going to take one end of your paper and you're going to whoosh it over to the other side and line it up the best you can. You're going to take one of your fingers and push it down the middle of your now rectangle. You're going to fold that down as best as you can to make a nice tight crease. Sometimes I even take the back of my thumb, my nail, and I just push it down to make a clean, sharp crease. The cleaner your folds, the nicer it'll turn out. Now we're going to fold this in half. I'm going to make a square. Take this side. I'm going to reach it to the other side, line it up the best I can with the other's edge. My finger down and fold to make that wonderful crease. Now this is kind of an interesting part. I'm going to open it up so I can see my fold in the middle, and on the bottom it's almost like my paper has a mouth. So that's facing towards me. I'm going to lift up one of the sides and I can put my finger in. I'm going to take my hand, my thumb's inside. I'm actually going to push this down, and I'm going to fold it down like so to make a triangle. Get my creases all fabulous. And voila! I'm going to now do this on the other side. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to fold. You have to pop out some of the edges with your finger. Don't force the paper because you want nice clean folds, and sometimes paper can rip. Remember, art is not a race. Get my creases nice and clean. And there you go. Then I have my triangle. The next thing I'm going to do is, you see this looks like almost like a penguin flap here, and they waddle side to side. I'm going to take this, and then actually I have this line here in the middle, right here for my other fold. I'm going to fold this up to go against that line all the way to the top, like so. I'm going to do the other side as well. Make nice sharp creases. I'm going to flip it over and do it on the other side. Bring my penguin flap all the way up to top. Clean crease. Last one. Clean crease. Now this is going to get a little tricky, so I'm going to zoom in for us. Okay, artists. You got this. You're going to take one of your triangles and the tip of it, you're going to fold it into this line. So you're going to bring this right into the middle to make almost like a little baby triangle here. I'm going to fold that down the best I can. I'm going to do that on all my other sides. So I'm going to do it on this side, bring it to the middle. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Get it up best I can. Make sure to have a good crease. Take this in, bring it in. Again, if you have to pause the video, pause it anytime. My next step is to take these flaps. You'll notice one side has a flap like this, and the other side doesn't. You're going to want to do the side that flaps open. You're going to take these and you're going to bring it down against the line here of the triangles I just folded. So you're just folding it all down to the middle. That side. Do it on the other side. Nice clean creases. Flip it over. You're going to repeat it on the other side. Fold this one down. And fold this one down. So I have little flaps like this. And we need to tuck these flaps in. So if you notice, if I pop, I put my finger in between here. You'll see there's a little hole hiding. I'm actually going to tuck these folds I made into the hole the best I can. I'm going to fold it in and press it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to pop open my hole. I'm going to take my flap, push it in the best I can. Remember to not force the paper. You can be a little rough with it, but don't be so rough with it where you rip it. And I fold it down. I'm going to do the same thing on my other side. Pop it open. If I can't pop it open, I can put my finger inside. Take my flap. Stuff it in. And then one more. Open it up. take my flap and stuff it in the best I can. All right, now we're going to, if you notice, these fold open. I'm now just going to fold these together, bring them together like it's hugging. Bring the other side together like it's hugging, and you're gonna have then this smooth side. On the back, you should have a smooth side too. And here, you're going to draw your jack-o'-lantern's face. And you'll notice that there is a hole on top of one side and no hole on the other side. Make sure that the hole is facing up because that's going to be the head of our jack-o'-lantern and where we end up putting our pipe cleaner stem. There's also two corners here. I want to make sure to draw my eyes to the jack-o'-lantern below the corners. Again, you don't have to draw a jack-o'-lantern face. You could do a flower, or you don't have to, or something else, or you don't have to draw anything there at all. It can just be a pumpkin. I think mine's gonna be a happy face. It's gonna be smiling because my last one was a little grumpy. And then I'm gonna actually open it up here. I'm gonna blow a hole into the top of this. Let me show you what I mean. So artist, I'm gonna take my little jack-o'-lantern origami piece. I'm gonna blow into the top of it. So gently blow. And it's gonna pop up to be my pumpkin. Let me show you what we do next to get the stem on there. All right, artist, to get the pumpkin stem, you are going to need a pipe cleaner. If you want to use a stick or some other wire or something else, that's okay. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner on the top of my jack-o'-lantern where there's a hole. I'm going to push the pipe cleaner until I feel the bottom. I'm not going to push too hard because I don't want to push through the bottom of my jack-o'-lantern. When it's at the bottom, I can then see how much I want for my pumpkin stem. And I can snip it off with my scissors. And voila, I have my adorable pumpkin for fall. Artists, if you have to rewatch this video or pause it at any time, feel free to. Otherwise, great job.